How's it going, everyone? Today, I'm going to talk about the more challenging side of launching and managing a business, ranging from the paperwork and bureaucratic hurdles. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with it, I suggest that you save yourself the headache and seek professional help. Not your typical law firm or accounting business, but rather something far more modern. Online companies that perform the heavy labor for you. LegalZoom is one that I have in particular that I ended up appreciating. Before I went ahead and made this video, I did the homework, went deep, and threw LegalZoom to the test with my own LLCs, so I'm laying it all out. The features, real talk on costs and the cons, some hidden gems, and where they really shine. I'm not sponsored by them at all, and I'm not holding back on the bumps, but hey, they weren't deal breakers for me because, let's be real, I still lean on them. So by the end though, you'll know if LegalZoom is something that suits you or not. Oh, and if you're thinking of giving them a go, grab a discount using the link below. You're not going to find it on their website, so don't miss out on that. Alright, so LegalZoom has been involved with launching businesses online for a solid 2 decades, kicking off more than 2 million ventures, which is interesting because it's almost as old as me. So am I young? Am I old? I don't know. You decide. And something that caught my eye about LegalZoom are some cool features. First up, they've got your back with legal support, something that really takes the load off when you're dealing with the legal stuff. But they're not just about one business type. Whether you're dreaming of an S Corp, a C Corp, rolling solo as a proprietor, or even a DBA, that's doing business as, by the way, LegalZoom's got you covered. Speaking of DBAs, by the way, it's the best way to operate under a different name. I use it myself because I don't really want too many people knowing my real name. I'm kind of like Batman in that way, and it's great that it exists. In fact, LegalZoom throws in a free helpline to help you figure out if it's the move for your business. So, the process of working with LegalZoom involves picking a plan, throwing in some cash, filling out a handful of forms, providing the details, and picking a name for my company. Though I did have some issues when my chosen name was already taken, but it's no big deal. I did a quick rebrand and my company was back in action. Granted, you do have to wait for a while to have your rebrand processed and accepted, but since I'm not the most patient person, again, Batman, I spent about $100 for the VIP treatment to help speed that part up. Therefore, apart from lower waiting times, LegalZoom kept me in the loop, sent updates my way, and only bothered me for more info when absolutely necessary. I also appreciated the extra perks like legal support and a bunch of templates that saved me some serious cash in legal fees. Now, one thing that I found underrated was their guide on permits and licenses. This is an area that can be easily overlooked and hard to keep track of with sudden changes in permits. About 2 months ago, there was an update on a health permit, and I otherwise wouldn't have found out if it wasn't for LegalZoom, which saved me from a potential fine. So they make the bureaucratic hurdles a lot more manageable, and I made sure I had all the green lights to run my company in any states. But here's the thing, so if you're not a US citizen and you're thinking of partnering with LegalZoom, well, that's not gonna happen. I found this out when I wanted to team up with a foreign partner for my S Corp dreams after my first 2 companies. In that case, you might want to try out some other options like Zen Business. They're more open to that kind of thing. Now let's talk about the plans. So first in line is the basic plan, and it's pretty neat because it's not going to cost you a penny up front, no charges from LegalZoom. But here's the deal, you'll foot the bill for state fees on your business registration, and I can't forget the EIN or employer identification number, a must for tax filing. LegalZoom can handle that for you at around $80 plus state fees depending on your location. Next up, the Pro plan at just under $250 a year. It covers your EIN, an operating license, access to a small business expert, the business licenses and permits guide, your roadmap for all those permits and licenses, and a bonus insurance consultation. And if you need insurance, they'll hook you up with Next, their affiliate, potentially saving you some money on insurance premiums. I remember talking with one of those experts earlier in the year, and he gave me some really good advice on how to advertise and work on a smaller budget. Then for those going big, there's the premium plan at around $300 a year. It's the whole Pro plan package plus a sit down with a lawyer, copyright registration for your products or designs, and a library of customizable legal templates. And speaking from personal experience, templates can really be a lifesaver on legal fees, but remember, they're not a one-size-fits-all. Also, with each plan, even the free basic one, they throw in the option of kickstarting your website with Wix. You can design your own site and host it for free. But here's the catch. To lose their branding, think www.google.wix.com instead of www.google.com, you'll need to shell out some extra cash. But when you consider consider the benefits, it's worth it in the long run. And if you need help with tax filing, they've also got add-ons for that, which of course comes with a price tag, but it's a money saver compared to my previous accounting solution. Personally, I used the Pro plan for my first venture and upgraded to the Premium for my second, an extra $50 for lawyer chats and those customizable legal templates. I even threw in the express filing feature both times for a quick launch, so if you're as eager as me to get started, it's a solid recommendation. Now, when comparing LegalZoom's features to those of Zen Business and other business services, it's like having a menu of options. Their legal assistance is particularly noteworthy. In my experience, actually, I'd say that it changed the game. And when looking at the procedures, filing everything was a breeze. I was genuinely impressed by the website's incredibly clear instructions. Their round-the-clock assistance was helpful even when I had a few questions, and yes, I did occasionally use their knowledge when handling papers. They deserve praise for making their website really easy to use. And in the midst of the bureaucratic process, the detailed breakdown and cost justifications were a breath of fresh air. And as a wonderful bonus, I was able to save some money with their partner insurance provider. So that you guys might give it a try as well, I've included a link down below, so check it out. So all in all, would I recommend LegalZoom? Absolutely. They did all the heavy lifting, helped me every step of the way, and even at the end of it all, they follow up with you. For the first year following the establishment of the business, LegalZoom makes sure that everything is going according to plan. And should you choose to remain with them, you have the option to renew your subscription for benefits like copyright protection and legal assistance. Sure, it's an extra monthly expense to your yearly plan, but in my experience, it's a great deal when compared to the costs of a lawyer. Moreover, the adaptability that LegalZoom offers is something that I really appreciate. They can also help you establish S-Corps, C-Corps, and sole proprietorships in addition to LLCs. It provides a load of solutions to suit diverse entrepreneurial preferences. However, keep in mind they only serve Americans. And although their efficiency pleased me, I do have one little request: to include tax filing and accounting services in the Premium package, a Premium Plus plan perhaps? In my opinion, it could simplify everything. However, I do understand that many people already have their accounting game in check. Regardless though, in most circumstances, the additional expenses for these services is still less expensive than using a separate accountant. To emphasize, when compared to my prior experiences with attorneys and accounting firms, the entire LegalZoom procedure is a financially manageable journey. My own experience leads me to believe that LegalZoom has the know-how to protect your company from all legal fronts. And there you have it, my honest opinions about LegalZoom. I really suggest checking them out whether you're new to the business sector or looking to streamline the process for your next project. It reduces headaches and hassles, saves time, and even saves money. Remember to click the link in the description to take advantage of the deal I previously mentioned if you're ready to make the next move. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section and I will respond to them as soon as possible. If this video helped you out and clarified some things, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Your support means the world to me, and as always, thanks a bunch for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.